you doing? How are you doing? So today I want to talk about today's topic. Today's topic is: are you trying too hard to change things? Are you trying too hard? Because the problem is that everything actually in our reality, we manifest it, right? Whether we like it or not, whether we know it or not. So a lot of the time, what we were programmed to do is to push hard, right? To try. I don't even like this word trying, right? Because trying implies that you are not really succeeding, right, in whatever you want to accomplish, right? So, but we have a tendency to push and to try and and to do a lot of actions, right? But it's not necessarily going to bring you the result you want, and there's a certain order that you can use in order for you to see results. So the real problem is that we are trying, we are not really being, right? When we are trying to do when we are trying to do things, we are not really being, and we are not really embodying the version of ourselves, right? That we want to see, that we want to experience, right? So, okay, so let's say, Limor, okay, I'm trying and I'm trying. The basic thing to do, right, is first be aware that you're trying too hard, that you're pushing. So how do you know if you're trying too hard? You feel depleted, you feel like, you're not seeing result. You feel like, oh my God, I can't do it anymore, right? So this is one of the signs. So if you feel like you are really trying too hard, right, and you are pushing too hard, so just stop. Because, I'm going to tell you something that actually doing something, it's the last step. It's the last step. Action is the last step of doing something, right? So it's not about doing, and then experiencing what we want. Yeah, of course we can do it, but when you're going to do it, you are not going really to, to receive what you wanted as you wanted, and it's not going to last. It's not going to last, right? Because you're just going to push, and instead of letting the natural forces of the universe just to do it for you, right? Hi everyone, good morning. So today we are going to talk about, are you trying really, really hard to change things, right? And we were programmed to try hard, to do it again, to push, right? But actually we are doing more damage, right? Because we are not going to get it. Why we are not going to get it in that way? Because when you are trying, when you are pushing, you are not being, and you're not embodying the version of yourself who already has it, right? You just being the version of yourself that keep trying, right? And not seeing results and stuff. So the first thing to do is to just stop and take a step back. If there's something in your life that you're really pushing hard and you're really trying to make it happen, the first step is just stop and just start to absorb, right? And start evaluating, okay, this is not working, it's not working. And actually what I just said, that taking action for achieving something, right, it's the last step. Why is it the last step? Because the basic step, the first thing that we should do is to start to embodying and being the version of ourselves that already has it. So the version of yourself who already has it is not a version of yourself that will push, that will try, that will check for results, that will be like attached to the outcome. What? It will be like laid back, like whatever, I trust it. It's hard, but the first step is just stop pushing, stop trying, and start to evaluating, okay? And then ask yourself, how can I embody? How can I embody the version of myself that already has it? How can I be? Not how can I do more? Because when you try to do more, you actually just put a lot of resistance in the situation. You are starting to be anxious about the result, right? Because you're not seeing results, so you're pushing so hard, right? Right? And it's not really, it's not beneficial for you. Whether if you just take a step back and if you know that everything starts from within, right? If you're watching this live on this video, so you are self-aware being, right? And you know that everything starts from within, and everything that you experience is in your reality is just a reflection. So the first step, and a lot of like spiritual teachers, they're telling you that, but like for my experience, start embodying. How do you call it? Act as if. I don't care how do you call it, but start. So how do you do it? You start conjure up the emotions that you want to experience, because when you want to accomplish something, right, it doesn't matter what it is. You want, actually, you don't want this thing. You want the emotion, right? You want the emotion that the thing is going to bring you. But, unfortunately, in the universe, it's the other way around. You need to feel the emotion first, and then you are going to see it in your reality, right? But we don't want it, right? We don't just want to. Things will happen, and those things are going to save us. Those things are going to make me happy. And I want to tell you, if you're not feeling happy before you get the thing, you're not going to feel happy after you're going to get this thing. You know what? Yes, you're going to feel like content and happy for a while, but it's all about, I heard someone and it's just right on point. It's all about, you need to sustain the same emotional state before you get the thing that you want and after. Why is it? Because in order for you to receive what you want, and everything, you don't have to be like in the manifesting community, because everything in our reality is just a manifestation, right? It's just natural part of life. We manifest things, right? Because if our subconscious mind creates 98% of our reality, right? So whether we like it or not, what we see in our reality is just a result of our emotional state or our deep beliefs, right? So if you want to start to change your reality, the first thing to do is to go inwards, right? And you are the source. You are the source. So if you are the source, and if you know that just by changing your emotional state, you can change your reality. So there you go. It's really simple. It's really simple, right? We tend to think that it's not really simple, that it's really hard to change reality, that we need to push and to do. Yeah, sometimes we do need to take action, but action, it's the last step after you embodying and you being, not trying to be in the version of yourself that already has it, right? Hi everyone, good morning. So what is the difference between trying and being? Let's say I'm going to use this example. Let's say that you're walking into a party and you see like one woman like on a high heels, and she's like feeling like clumsy, and you see like she has like her shirt is it's too short, right? Her skirt is too short, and you see that she's not really feeling comfortable in her own skin. So what she's doing is actually she's trying to be beautiful. She's trying to put all those accessories, whether it's just another woman just come with her sneakers or whatever, or maybe another woman come with high on high heels, but she feels really comfortable on skin. So she's not really trying to be, she's just being, and she's embodying someone that is confident and someone that is just part of, natural part of a reality, to walk on high heels or whatever, to feel just comfortable in her own skin. So that's the difference. Yes. Thank you. Boker tov. Good morning. So yeah, thank you. Yes, but we need to pursue our dreams, But I wouldn't use the word chase, because when you chase something, it implies that the thing that you want are, uh, you know, walking away, or are just running away from you, right? So yeah, you want to pursue your dream, and actually, your dreams want to manifest you more than you want to manifest them, right? Because you're in this universe. The universe want to experience this 3D reality through you, right? So you actually, actually by being here, you are, it's like you're doing, I don't want to use this, you're doing like the universe a favor, because we are spiritual being existing in this 3D reality, right? So everything is manifested through us. Even like the universe want to experience this the reality through us, right? So yeah, we want to pursue our dreams, but the most powerful thing is not to try to pursue our dream, is to start to embody and to start being, not trying, being the person that already experience what you want to experience, because this is just a law of the universe. You call it the law of attraction, I don't know, the law of reflection or whatever. What you are embodying consistently over time, this is what you're going to experience in your reality. So it's not that you're going to see it and then you're going to believe it, right? You need to believe it. You need to embody. What really works for me all the time is just to embody and be in the version of myself, right? That I'm good, I'm all right, my emotional state, I'm calming down my emotional state, right? Because I know that my emotional state has a, influence on my outer reality, right? So instead of trying to do something, take a step back, start to evaluate things. Okay, I think that I'm pushing too hard. How do I know whether I'm pushing too hard? Yeah, you subscribe. Thank you very much. Okay, so how do I know if I'm pushing too hard? I know if I'm pushing too hard if I feel depleted, if I feel anxious, if I feel attached to the outcome, right? And I feel like I did everything I could and I just don't know what to do anymore. Why is it? Because you started from the doing rather than the being. So start being the version of yourself, right? How do you start being the version of yourself? You can allow yourself, give yourself permission to feel the emotions that you want to experience beforehand, before you are witnessing the things that you want in your reality. You have to allow yourself, and you can, you can make yourself feel a certain emotion if you want to, right? Like if you want to, to attract a partner or something, you can make yourself feeling loved, or feeling like you can recall a memory when you felt really loved and cherished by someone. It can be even like family member, or you really love your pet or your dog or whatever, right? So you can make yourself feel this emotion right now. And when you are going to do it on a consistent basis, your reality will start to shift. It's not the other way around. You don't need to do anything at the beginning. You just need to embody it, and you start to live in your own head, right? And you can start to visualize and you start to embody. So how else can you start to embody other than making yourself feel those emotions? What you can ask yourself, so the person who already has what I want to experience, what I want to attract into reality, so how would I walk? How would I talk? Right? So let's say you want to attract like abundance. So you're going to feel really calm. You're going to, just walk around like everything is good. You are secure, right? So let's say you want abundance. What you really want is the emotion of security, of emotion. I say just new. you want to know that, you have more than enough money and you don't have to worry about money anymore, right? So it's all about feeling secure. So you can make yourself feel secure, even though your other reality is stating the opposite, right? Because unless you're going for a while to ignore your 3D reality, and I'm not saying to be oblivious or if you have bills to pay or whatever, okay, no, just as much as you can, coming back to the emotional state of security, of I'm good. You know how many times, like in the past, how many times I just needed like a fast like amount of money, and I'm just, you know what, I did everything I could. I'm just like, you know what, universe, you take care of it. And the universe took care of it, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. Because when you are projecting, when you have like this, like you're all, what you want to experience is like a calm state of mind. Like it doesn't matter what happens in my outer reality, I'm good. I'm good. And you can tell yourself, up until now, I was like struggling in the past, right? And still, here I am today. Here I am today. Why? Because everything eventually worked out for me. So if everything worked out for you up until now, and you are alive and you are breathing, right? And you are relatively healthy, right? And you have a roof over your head. So you came to this point because you did something right, right? You did something right, even though it doesn't seems like it, or you telling yourself, oh my God, I missed a lot of opportunities in my life. It's too late for me right now. No, 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 no. You experienced everything you experienced because you needed to get to this point. Now you are self-aware. Now you know how reality works. Now you know that you are manifesting your reality. Now you know that if you want to fix something in your 3D reality, you need to go inside. That you are the cause. So you had to experience everything you needed to experience, all the hardship and stuff, to get to this point when you call it like spiritual awakened, right? You know how reality works. You have the awareness. And you know what? When you have the awareness, you can change it. You can change everything, because how can you change something if you are not really aware that something is wrong, right? So that's why the spiritual awakening process is really hard, because you're like, oh my God, this is how reality works. My thought created my reality. My mind is like working against me, right? My logical mind is working against me now. And if you are, familiar with the subconscious mind, the subconscious mind is creating your reality. And I'm like, oh my God, this now I just can start living. You like, after your spiritual awakening, you feel like you need to start from scratch, right? Because it's like a reborn process, right? And you're like, oh my God, everything that I've done in my life, oh my God. But it's not too late. It's not too late, right? Actually, you are blessed to experience all the hardship that you experience because you got to this point, right? So this point, if you are feeling that you are trying too hard to achieve something, take a step back. Okay, so evaluate things. This is working, it's not working. But the first thing that you should do is to ask yourself if you are embodying the version of yourself, your future version of yourself, right? So it's all about the embodying. It's all about calming yourself down. It's all about calming your nervous system. It's all about remind yourself that the emotion that you want to experience after you get what you experience, your desires, it's the same emotion that you want to experience before you receive what you want to experience. So if those are the same emotions before you get what you want and after you get what you want, that's it. You don't need anything anymore, right? Because you are in a neutral state, you are in the flow, and you're good either way. You're good whether you receive what you want or no. But if you are doing, and taking a lot of actions with no result, it's because the missing part, it's because you are not being and you are not embodying that version of yourself. It's really simple. It's really simple. So, and if you want, you can take example from little children, because little children, they really good at acting as if, right? Yeah, I'm acting as if I'm an astronaut, and you can tell that they really believe it. You know why? You know why? Because a child up until 7 years old is in a state of a subconscious mind state. So everything is like he records everything around him, right? So that's why they are so innocent. They believe everything because this is how your subconscious mind works. It's like a mind of a little child. He believes everything. So if you are telling your subconscious mind, you know what, I'm good. Yeah, I feel this emotion right now because I already have it. Your subconscious mind is going to believe you, and you're going to change the program in your subconscious mind because you're going to do it consistently, and then you're going to see the result in your reality. So it's really simple. Just I'm not saying to throw caution to the wind, and of course you have responsibilities and stuff, but just if you can start to embody and be like in a childlike mentality, right? And start to think about the emotions that you want to experience, and you're going to bring this into the present moment, right? Yes, subconscious is really dumb. Hi, good morning, Mark. How are you doing? Good to see you in my life. So, yeah, so this is how it works. So, stop trying, stop pushing, stop taking a lot of action, and start working on your energy. And this is really the key, because it sounds cheesy, but as within, so without. You are the cause. You are the cause to everything. So if you have questions, go ahead and ask in the comments before I go. So let's wrap it up. So today we talked about, are you trying too hard? Are you trying too hard to achieve, to change things? If the answer is yes, take a step back, start to evaluate. So most likely the missing piece is the energy part. It's the embodiment part. It's the being part, not the doing part, right? And when you start to work on your energy, and when you start to feel like you already have it consistently, you're going to experience the change in your reality. So this is what I have for you today. If you're watching the replay, feel free to ask questions in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, today I don't have a lot of time, but I'm going to see you in the next live, and I appreciate you so much for being here, for engaging in the chat. I'm sending you so much love, and start your mission today. Start to embody and start to be the person, the version of yourself that already has its desire, right? How do you do it? Ask yourself, how would I feel? How would I walk? How would I act? And gradually, you will sense your energy shifting literally inside of your body. And that's the first step. And action is actually the last step after doing all the embodiment stuff. Okay, so thank you so much. Sending you so much love. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.